Hey, are you a business owner, entrepreneur, or professional? If so, we want you to apply to be a featured guest on our show. My name is Adam Torres, and I host the Mission Matters series of podcasts. I've recorded over 3,000 episodes, and we are just getting started. How do you know if you'd be a good guest to be on the show? Well, only one way to find out, and that's to apply, but I'm going to let you in on a little secret. We want guests that have a story to tell, guests with a brand, a product, or a service that can benefit my audience of listeners. If this sounds like you, go to missionmatters.com and click on Be Our Guest to apply. I'd love to talk to you and get to know more about your story. Again, head on over to missionmatters.com and click on Be Our Guest to apply. All right, now let's get into the show. Hey, I'd like to welcome you to another episode of the Mission Matters Business Podcast, your source for all things business. My name is Adam Torres. You can follow me on Instagram at AskAdamTorres to keep up with my book releases, book tour schedule, signings, all that other good stuff. Always love to connect with you there. And as always, if you'd like to apply to become a co-author of one of my upcoming books, just head on over to the website, missionmatters.com, and click on Become an Author to apply. All right, so today I have Jeffrey Parnell on the line. He's president and CEO over at FishUSA. Jeff, welcome to the show.
Great to be here, Adam. Love Mission Matters and what you guys are doing.
Oh, well, thank you for that, Jeff, and excited to get into today's topic. So, leadership and the competitive edge during unprecedented times. So, I know quite a bit has been going on at FishUSA, just like in many businesses around the world. I guess just to get us kicked off, how has business been overall for FishUSA during the pandemic?
You know, business from a revenue and financial standpoint has been very good, Adam. During the lockdown and the series of openings and closures and whatnot, fishing has taken off. Fishing license sales are through the roof, and customers, our customers are very passionate anglers. They're getting away and relaxing and enjoying the distancing aspects and just getting back to their favorite passion, out on the water. So, from a standpoint of how's the industry doing and how people like FishUSA doing in the e-commerce space, very, very well.
So tell us a little bit more about FishUSA's offerings and what you do. So tell us a little bit more about the company.
Well, we were founded back in the year 2000, so we just celebrated our 20th anniversary in this rather unusual 2020
congrats
year.
On that one. Congrats.
Well, thank you. No, it's and the founder was a gentleman named Dan Pastore. He launched the business out of his garage. One thing led to another, and you know, we've had a passion for outstanding service and really being authorities in what we do. So it's been a great ride. I've been on board a little over 4 years. We're having a great time with the business, and you know, we're expanding into new categories, new offerings, and again, just serving customers during all the distractions.
So with growth always come new challenges, as all in any business. What kind of new challenges have you, the industry, your team faced over that past year, and really how have you responded?
Well, that's the operative question. Because we've been in a nice growth mode the last several years here, Adam. What's been unique about the last 12 months or so is the unprecedented amount of disruption in the supply chain. And this is not just a matter of inventory shortages. It's much more compounded than that. You've got the demand that I mentioned is through the roof across the industry. And then all of a sudden you've got manufacturing shortages with many of the products. If there's one part missing, the product can't be completed. Plant closures overseas, even temporary ones. And, of course, shipping capacity we all read about. And that's not only globally but also domestically. So we often joke in meetings, and you hear us talk a lot about trying to be lighthearted during these interesting and challenging times. But when we talk about inventory levels being significantly less than, say, year over year, it's not because we're that much more efficient. We just can't get the product, but we're working our tails off to do what we can.
Yeah, I get it. And I think it puts things in perspective when you get a lot of demand all of a sudden, and when you go through something like, obviously, the first pandemic, but like something like this, then you realize how fragile the whole supply chain can be, right?
Well, it really is quite unique, unlike anything I've ever seen. We've got situations where, say in the United States, we've got plants that can't find workers. You know, you've got obviously the disruptions with closures and people who actually test positive and things of that sort. But in many cases, they can't find workers, period. You've got situations where they're flying in sales reps, managers, executives, hundreds, thousands of miles to go perform warehouse functions just to get product out the door. So this is unprecedented, unlike anything we've ever seen.
So FishUSA has grown, obviously, during this time, as you mentioned. What kind of accomplishments have excited you the most from you and your team?
You know, what's interesting about what we've done here is you know, we have an amazing team, Adam. We have a group that really loves working together. It is absolutely a team. And some of the things we've done operationally, our customer service and warehousing functions have not missed a beat. There have been challenges, as I talked about, with some of the third-party issues, but we control what we can control. It's been very rewarding to see this whole process. And what I've really found personally satisfying as much as anything is we've had a number of new leaders emerge. We've had a lot of people kind of demonstrate what they're all about, which we would have expected. But you also have new people stepping up and becoming leaders, and that's just very, very rewarding and exciting to see, not only for the company but for them as well.
So what's next for FishUSA? Like a lot going on, a lot of growth. I mean, what's next? What do you see in 2021 and beyond? What's in the plans?
Well, we plan to keep the pedal down. We are, again, this is an amazing group of people. We work well together. We've taken this opportunity to not only continue to satisfy and delight customers operationally, but our merchandising and marketing people and the departments that support that work are extremely focused. We've got a number of new innovations, new products. We're more and more engaged in social media. And, you know, technologically, our chairman is a process guru, so we've been able to implement a number of key improvements in areas like procurement, receiving, fulfillment. So we've taken this opportunity to get even better at the core offering of what FishUSA is all about, which is, you know, excellence in fishing, tackle, and accessories, and building on it. So we see continued growth ahead. This is going to be another very, very exciting year for us, 2021, and we expect to continue moving forward in that manner.
Man, that's great. So, Jeff, if somebody is listening to this right now and they want to learn more about FishUSA, I mean, what's the best way for them to do that?
Absolutely. So, yeah, we'd love anyone who would love to learn more about our product offerings to visit us at fishusa.com. You can find us on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter as well. You can reach out to me personally if you like, Jeff at fishusa.com. Would love to interact with any listeners to the Mission Matters.
Fantastic. Well, Jeff, really appreciate you coming on the show today and sharing more about all the great work that you're doing over at FishUSA and your team, I should say. I mean, the whole operation you have going over there is great. And to the audience, as always, thank you for tuning in. Hope you got a lot of value out of this. Hope you learned a lot. If you did, don't forget, hit that subscribe button. We definitely like you to be a return listener. And Jeff, thanks again for coming on the show. It's been a pleasure.
Thank you, Adam.